Hi guys, good afternoon, and welcome back once again to the EdWord. I'm your host Eddie, and welcome back to another Star Wars-filled episode review here on my channel. Where in today's video, I will be discussing what I thought of the latest, and the super awesome episode of The Mandalorian. They dropped a new episode yesterday on Disney Plus. I finally just got around to watching it earlier just now. Oh, I love this show. I cannot emphasize how much I am enjoying this show. This show is Star Wars pure, plain and simple. That's the best way I can describe this show. Before I go on and I talk too much, of course, please be warned, this is a spoiler-filled episode review. If you're not caught up on The Mandalorian by this episode or the first two episodes, which is the pilot and second episode, do not keep watching or listening to this video, as I will be going into big spoilers. So, you have been warned, spoiler warning issued, let's jump right into it. Ah, man, what a show. You know, at first I thought it wasn't going to go the direction that it eventually did go, because he handed over the asset without mostly any question. He did inquire as to what they were going to do with it, but then Werner Herzog's character, simply referred to as the client, told him that it's the policy or the practice of the guild, the bounty hunting guild he's a part of, to not ask questions and to pretend like this transaction never happened, once he got even more Beskar armor. You know, and of course his boss, the guy played by Carl Weathers, is super pleased with him. The Mandalorian, though, seems, despite his enormous reward in awesome upgraded body armor, which was super cool, by the way, I love his new look, he just didn't seem quite content with how things turned out. He just wanted another bounty mission that would have taken him as far as it could from this planet or from that sector. But before he could even take off, he had a change of heart. His conscience, you know, awakened him after all. And he decided to go back for that cute little baby Yoda. And of course, that led to an awesome episode where he was basically a one-man army fighting against a horde of stormtroopers, a horde of bounty hunters, including Carl Weathers' character, and of course, the inevitable awesome rise of the other remaining Mandalorians. I love how their outlook is, well, if one of us is in trouble, the rest of us, you know, are going to show up to help, because there's so few of them left, and obviously, despite whatever quarrels may rise or spark between them, they still try to maintain their status as a community and as a people and a culture. And I really applaud that. So now, of course, they need to relocate, but that shouldn't be a problem for them. Mandalorians have been proven to be very effective, resourceful survivors. And I also loved how Easter egg filled this episode was. There was the Imperial mind probe they were about to use on poor baby Yoda, the same probe that was used on Princess Leia in episode 4, A New Hope, when she was in the custody of Vader and the other Imperials. Then there was a bounty hunter who looked like he was the same species as Darth Maul, as fan favorite Darth Maul. I can't remember what his race is called again for the life of me, and I know I've heard it once before. If you guys know the name, please leave it down below in the comments for me. But there was a member of Darth Maul's race as a bounty hunter amongst the many bounty hunters who were opening fire on the Mandalorian. You know, just an exciting, action-packed episode, which teased, you know, conflict that the Mandalorian has with his own people, that he's obviously wrestling with his own conscience and his own sense of honor. And I also love how, despite the Mandalorians' history with the Jedi and how they absolutely detest and despise them for very good reasons, I would imagine, I think what this came down to for our character, the Mandalorian, is that he decided, well, I hate the Empire more than I hate the Jedi, even though this kid is clearly Force sensitive. Kid's not a Jedi, not yet, but he has the potential to be because he's Force sensitive. And I think in the Mandalorian's eyes, he was like, well, I hate the Empire more than I hate the Jedi, so I'm going to help the baby Jedi, because obviously they were going to do something to him that would have been very unpleasant. I don't know if that scientist was telling the truth or not, if he said, I'm the only reason this thing is still alive or is still healthy. That remains to be seen. But it's obvious now the Mandalorian just made himself the biggest, most lucrative bounty offered to anyone in the guild, and now everyone is going to be coming after him, because the client and his people are probably not going to let that baby Yoda go lightly. So I'm very excited and very intrigued as to where the Mandalorian is going to go literally from here, because all he did was get on his ship and take off. Also, I loved this little bit of humor at the very end. I loved how he took the knob back off of that off of that lever thing and gave it back to Baby Yoda so he could play with it, much like he was doing in the beginning of the episode. That was hilarious and so touching too. Oh, what a show. What a show. I can't wait for the next episode. And I believe the next one is supposed to drop, I believe I read next Friday. Yep. So, Black Friday. Yeah. So, Black Friday, tune into Disney Plus to see the newest episode of The Mandalorian. So, what did you guys think of this episode? Did you like it? Did you love it? Did you hate it? I want to hear your thoughts and opinions down below in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel to stay up to date on the latest episodes of The Mandalorian, all of which you can find streaming on Disney Plus. Have a great rest of your weekend, you guys, if I don't see you. And of course, until next time, may the Force be with you.